All right, and I'm hyped up. We're Thanksgiving against the Raiders, and you know what? This is a statement game for all these Raider fans out here. I'm talking about you, Uncle Rich. I'm talking about Crystal. I'm talking about Ton. I'm talking about Kevin in your stupid sweater. I'm talking...
Hey, it's just a video thing. Don't...
Oh.
Welcome back.
Let's go! Ah!
Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. It's time again for another Cowboys Thanksgiving tradition game, and we got the Raiders coming into Arlington.
Yeah, man, it's been a while, but I remember we played against the Raiders in Thanksgiving way back in the day. Maybe like 7-8 years ago. But, hey, I'm feeling good about this. Bit of a rough outing against Kansas City, but Raiders is a lot more of a favorable matchup for us.
I'm ready to put that one behind us and talk about the Raiders here. And Thanksgiving, Cowboys on Thanksgiving. That's an awesome tradition. Got to have a plate full of turkey and potatoes and gravy and all the fixings and some football.
Yeah, and here's the thing too. Raiders, I feel bad because after the Chiefs game you would think, oh, Cowboys are on a downward spiral, but they arguably are on one of the biggest downward spirals of any football team in the league.
That franchise is a dumpster fire right now.
And I feel bad because it's not like Mayock's fault. It's not Davis's fault. It's just rough draft picks. Ooh. It's, getting your head coach fired with bad emails. It's just, I don't know, and some Raiders fans, they could explain it, but I just don't know what's going on with them.
Yeah, they're a wreck right now. I admit that. Cowboys had their issues last week, but frankly, they've responded well to every loss they've had so far. Two. So this third loss, will they respond well again? I think so. I really do.
Yeah, and just a little bit of side-by-side comparison. I mean, when we look at the Raiders' offense, not much scares me. A lot more scared me when they had the speedster Henry Ruggs. He was really developing into a weapon, but, that's gone. The running game doesn't scare me either. I mean, Kenyon Drake's fast, but he's not really a reliable every down back.
Before he goes for 150.
Of course, always. I know Josh Jacobs has kind of been a little bit injury prone this year, and since Ruggs is gone, Bryan Edwards is their best receiver, and he's kind of a guy.
You know what? If Dallas can hold down Kelsey and Tyreek Hill like they did, I'm not too concerned about their passing game either. Having said that, Derek Carr, though, has shown the ability to have these games where he goes for 350 and he looks great.
Well, and part of that reason, like you said, with Kelsey is just Darren Waller. He is an all-pro level tight end. That guy is the real deal.
He is a legit weapon.
If there is anybody we need to focus on for this week on their offense, it's him. Shade a guy and a half, double him if you have to, but we cannot let him go off.
Right.
Defensively, too, I'm not too worried about their defense. Their defense has been a little bit shaky. Their passing game, outside of one or two defensive backs, are pretty suspect. There's one guy on their D that we need to worry about.
Their left end.
Max Crosby.
That guy.
He's an absolute monster.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, no, he's great. And the thing is, I've watched him like against the Chiefs and against other teams. Like, he is one of those guys like a Joey Bosa or Nick Bosa that you have to just double or you have to have him chipped every play because that guy will run roughshod over your team.
I agree. And I'm not trying to dog you, kiddo, but a week ago he said the same thing about the Chiefs defense. And they came in and just slapped Dallas right in the lips. And it was over. Much of that was Dallas's fault, obviously. They just didn't bring the energy that the Chiefs did. But, man, I don't think that's going to be the case this week. Like I said, they've responded well to every loss they've had. The biggest issue last week, I felt, was the energy and effort the Cowboys brought. But this week, I'm sure that Dallas will bring the energy this time.
Yeah, and here's another X factor that I thought of was we're at home. It is a much, it is a big difference to play at home as compared to Arrowhead, one of the toughest stadiums to be in.
I've heard that all my life. Oh, it's so tough to play at Kansas City, and I've always kind of, what's the big deal? People cheer and scream for the other team, but boy, that really played out last week, didn't it? I'm sorry, I'm still stuck on last week. I'm supposed to be talking about Dallas. But you're right, they're at home, and it should make a huge difference.
And I think another X factor to consider would be two guys, whether they play or not. One, Tyron Smith. I'm kind of on the fence that I don't think he plays again. He comes back the week after. But another guy, and I've heard good things like going into this week, CeeDee
Lamb. Yeah, CeeDee Lamb. I think they'll both play. it's kind of weird, and maybe a knock on Dak that he just can't perform well when Tyron Smith isn't on the line. Whatever the case is, he doesn't. And I really hope Tyron's back because of that, and I do think he will be. I've heard good things. I've been, following along real close, and everything's trending positive for it.
And you could you could just put Dak with any quarterback. When their Hall of Fame Pro Bowl level left tackle doesn't play,
Fair enough. I'll give you that. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm feeling good about this week. Prediction time though, Ed. How do you see this one playing out?
I think Kevin's probably gonna shove you in the back running down the court Saturday morning. But as far as score, I think Dallas, I'm gonna bring the score down a little bit because the missing pieces that they got, Amari especially. But 31-20 Dallas.
It's funny. I was literally just thinking 30-20 Dallas. You know, I think that kind of taper our expectations a little bit, especially with our horses out for certain games or certain stretches. But I do feel on paper we are a better team than the Raiders, and not to mention too, they're not surging like the Chiefs were. They're kind of on a spiral and
the other direction.
Yeah,
that's
and
a good
their
point.
season's kind of spiraling out of control. Coaching gaffes. Players are coming in left and right, and it's just. I feel we will be the more prepared team.
I agree. What do you guys think? Leave us a comment down below, especially you, Kevin, if you're watching. Let us know what you're going to do to Eddie on Saturday.
Well, yeah. And hey, everybody, make sure you hit that like button, because every time you do,
an Eagles fan cries.
All right, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving.